Hello and welcome. This is Diana and you are watching Holistic Vibes. This is going to be a weekly reading, so take what resonates, leave the rest. Hope you are doing well. Does it not want to come out? Okay. So what is your cause, ideal or idea, to find your inspiration? How many days do you play? Focus on your core issues. How do you feel? Is your radar your emotional body when it's cleared? Is your truth body, right? So if your thoughts and your emotions have been corrupted by energies outside of you, then those intuition hits aren't necessarily your hits, right? They're not your truths. So getting to the vibrational frequency of like where you're a sovereign being in a body, you're identifying like energies that are in you and outside of you. And it also the law of flexibility. Stay flexible. We make the best use of changing circumstances, right? So where are you honoring your energy? I don't know why I grabbed this one yet. Where are you making your pivots and shifts of your circumstances, of your energetic frequencies? Like, where do you need more patience? What have you been unpacking, unpeeling, undiscovering, right? Where have you been connecting into, like, maybe a past life? And what is it about it that is sparking this interest, this joy, this state of curiosity, right? Maybe you saw a past life with somebody. Maybe you understood the why and the how come you were, these? Yeah, some kind of persistence of like always feeling like you're rolling dung up a hill, right? Shoveling shit. Being, needing the need for independence, where you didn't want to feel like you were being tied down, right? Where you had setbacks, where you were worried about people talking about you. Like honoring, that's a lot. They just said that's it. Okay. Where you were like pushing risks, being justified in your actions, right? Constantly undecided, never really truly knowing if you wanted kids. There was like this uncertainty that was unfolding in your environment of like the angst, right? There's some kind of a guiding light that has stepped into your current reality that is kind of showing you the why and the how come. You've been, some kind of scrutiny, like people are talking about you, they're whispering, so maybe they're not sure about, like, yeah, you can take your imagination, right? No, I'm not taking all of those. What else do we need to remove out of the field? Okay, that's it. Okay, so if you have a lot of fear in your field, self-restraint or lack thereof, a discord, there's deception through a challenge, and what something changed. Somebody's gaining self-mastery over self through magic. It's kind of like all your, that's your destiny. All your processes are going to start shifting, right? Because of the insight that you're going to be gaining through, like, your goals are going to change, your commitment, your drive, the loyalty is gonna it's gonna be there, right? Like your desires are just going to fall into place. But like you have to give homage to where you gave room for the scrutiny, right? Where you didn't say, fuck it, my truth is my truth. Like I give a damn, right? At a certain point, like you have to hold yourself to the honesty and integrity that you desire, and don't worry about like the people, because like in truth, if you're doing it in truth and in light, and you are persistent and you overcome your setbacks regardless, there will be a balancing of the scales, right? Like there is no risk, because the truth is like you are doing it in an honored state of being, you know, and then that transference is essentially happening through the energetic field, right? And so like if you have fear, if you have resistance, if you have angst, if you have like a discord within your body, identify where it's living, in the throat, in between the heart chakra, and that deception that's in the back. Like identify it and see it being released, right? Because we pick those people to teach us that regardless, they had the possibility of good. They chose to walk the path they walk. And we're living in a current reality. And they just showed me 420. So that was, what, like a month, like 30 days ago, give or take. No, 50 days ago, give or take. Something happened at that point where the scales flipped, and now you're going to start seeing, I'm kind of catching somebody say it's not fair, like they're living their best life while I'm grinding and hustling and struggling and barely making it, and it's not fair, right? And it's kind of like the divine heard you, heard your prayers, heard your cry, and through your patience and your discovery to scratch that layer that was essentially still bringing those pictures to you, you pulled those things out of your field, right? And so now, like, the divine is going to grant you what you desire, right? So like that is going to come through the release of you letting it go. So show me the numbers that are going to yeah, there's a severing of like old cords that have been essentially keeping you in old visions, and like there's a death to that, because it's no longer serving you, right? It's no longer helping you evolve at a rate. It's just keeping you stuck. It's dense, it's heavy, and you don't need that where you're going. So, and that person can no longer take it with them. And so like the third eye is essentially starting you at a 0-0. You're starting 0. You're starting in your true divine guidance, and you're allowing your body, your mental body, your emotional body, your physical body to fully reset, right? You may be fasting, but you're allowing yourself to attract what it is, the energies that you want to desire into your own current reality. And like that is going to be through these ideas, through this state of play, through you being open to seeing what can come through, right? But you're doing it from a heart-centered place, and you're just identifying and looking for like-minded people through the activations of like that crown chakra, right? You're essentially allowing your inner light to get brighter and brighter and brighter, because it's not that you're identifying it out of fear, it's that you're addressing like the concerns that you have, to where before you would just keep your mouth shut and grin and bear it, and then it would still blow up, because your energy is so potent that you essentially you are like, you're connected to the universe. And so like you are essentially manifesting like the thoughts that you don't want, right? And so that's where the conscious awareness of like only think the thoughts that you desire, and every time the desires you don't want, say clear, cancel, release, right? And I don't want that thought form in my physical being any longer, and push it out of your field, right? Because it does not belong to you. You are a sovereign being in a body, and identify that, right? Because they're essentially attaching to you through the astral realm, and there's some kind of a gateway or a doorway that is still left open. And I mean, this is like walking through those portals. essentially hold on. I'm seeing holding on to past lineages, past DNA, right? And through those agreements, right, they all have their opportunity to walk on this current lifetime. And so any relatives or any energies that are part of the tribe, or whatever you want to call it, right? Because they're showing me like throughout the years how we were in like these tribes, in these vibrations. And so identify it, see it, think it, and then allow it to continue on to its next phase. Because if they're not at 100% light, then that means that they don't mean you your highest timeline. And so then they need to separate from the tribe and continue on to their own cycles. And the tribe that is there to like house, usher in your magic, right? Because they're going to give you the information that is secret to your DNA frame. And that's not for everybody out there, right? These are for the people that like their energetic frequencies are already activated, right? Like you've already stepped into a majority of your basic gifts, and you're now accessing like your DNA lineage gifts. And if you're not there yet, it doesn't mean it's not for you. It just means that it's to come, right? And sometimes my messages are more ahead, or they're kind of more than what's in current reality it's coming to be. So take it as it resonates, right? And I would utilize the Seraphim Gateway and ask yourself for that highest timeline of attunement, right? This is I channeled the Seraphim. And so when you're accessing that gateway, doing it from a state of heart, of love, of balance, of serenity, and making sure that you're not still dealing with karma, or that you're not living in a non-light kind of way, right? Because if you call to work with this portal, with this energy, it's going to balance. And so you have to make sure you are living in light, because they are the angels of balance, of divine balance, of universal law. And so be patient as you're working through the self-restraints that have been in your current reality, right? Because it's going to access you to your divine mastery. This is for anybody who's wanting to incarnate a rainbow, a 12th dimensional being. If you have a soul contract to incarnate, that's who this is for. They're going to help activate your contracts so that you are no longer in karma, but you have to be fully out of karma, right? You have to have fully marked your karmic lessons as complete. And then what's going to happen is you're then going to house the energetic source for the rainbow. I'm going to leave that there. If something in this resonated with you, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Wild reading, but it is what it is. And welcome to the club. And I hope that you find solace in the fact that you're done pushing poop up a hill, right? Because it's big. Be well. Until next time. Ciao.